had my VRChat audio activated all this time. Thankfully, no one heard that. It's fine. It's fine. We're being utterly professional here as always. Alrighty.
We're always professionals.
It's always that way. It's always that way. It always has been and always will be. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of our podcast. Hello. Thank you, whoever's. Oh, hello. Excuse me. Oh, technical difficulties. I would like to apologize in advance in case we still have the little mic issue I had last time. It appears that basically I do not have. Okay, let me get this straight. I do have a Bluetooth headset. The problem is my connection here is apparently that bad to the point where my Bluetooth headset cannot actually connect unless it's like in front of my PC. It's just things are really bad. So if you do hear an echo when he speaks, I'm gonna try and counter it by just muting myself in my streaming app, so to lessen that effect as much as I can. But I would like to point out that as a heads up, I'm still working on a fix. It's not a thing yet. I appreciate your patience and I apologize in advance. Yeah, I wanted to kind of put that out before I even start saying anything and before we start the stream. I mean, the podcast, I mean. That is basically all. And also, hello. Okay, I think, other than that, hello, welcome to episode 2 of our podcast. Oh. The chicken! The chicken was done. The chicken was done. Hello. Hold on a minute. Who do we have? Hello, Luna. Hello. Don't forget your little. Don't forget the little chicken thing. You just have to press the little button. It's like one per person. Then you're fine.
Yes.
Anyways, once again for the third time. Gosh darn it. Hello and welcome back. I am your host, Nuclear Hope. I am a small-time content creator. I also stream from time to time. I'm a texture artist. And, well, as I said earlier 2 seconds ago, I am the host of this little podcast. And then we have my lovely co-host over here. I'll let you do the thing, and I just mute myself.
Yeah. I'm, I guess, co-host Shiny Ender, just go by Ender, and once again, just here doing the podcast, and yeah, not too much of a wowzer as this one here, but still.
What the heck is that supposed to mean, huh?
It's supposed to mean that, what do you call it? That you just have the knack, the gift. You have the stuffies.
I don't have anything, but I guess thank you for the compliment. Anyways, as you can see, my co-host has done a better job at representing the season. He has a lovely Christmas hat and also a Christmas sweater, while I'm just in my uniform because I'm fucking broke. Okay, listen, I'm not that broke actually, but I just right now I'm just more focused on something else. Hey! Another loyalty card has been checked in. Yippee! Alrighty. Nope. Another, excuse me, pillow tea.
I keep grabbing them on accident. It's not my intention.
It's fine. So we had a little bit of a rough start here, and we had some technical issues. Should I say that? We ran into some technical issues, but here we are. And I ran also some tests to try and desperately fix the issue that was caused last time. Today's topic, because each episode will feature like a certain topic that we want to talk about. Oh, hello! Thank you for the check-in. Hi, Sachi. Today we're gonna talk more specifically about our first time on VR. I did my homework this time. Last time I didn't do it that well. This time I did it. I did prepare some questions, and I will have to at some point just randomly pull up the document because I don't have a goldfish brain, but maybe sometimes I do. I don't know. You tell me.
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. You know what? I'll take that home with me.
I can just confirm that it is.
Also, chat, I will ask you in advance if at some point you are giving me like a little update on volume stuff, and if you have like any comments or feedback on, hey, like raise the volume a little bit. Just please don't feel afraid to tell me. I'm still figuring shit out. Yeah. So where can we start? Actually, do you maybe want to add on to the intro that I so energetically maybe scuffed out, because that's my passion, like scuffing out intros.
I don't think scuffing out has the same meaning that you think, but well, either way, yeah, I think you did a fine job, so we can continue to the next bit.
Why, I am honored by those claims. Ugh, you have no idea. Alrighty, how can I start this? Oh, first times on VR. That's quite a broad topic actually brought up like this. Honestly, that's a really quite broad topic. I did narrow it down. I do have a few questions lined up that I think we could answer and talk about. If you guys are willing to also share your experience with it, they, them, whatever pronoun we're using here, maybe it, maybe flying helicopter. That is up to you. Anyways, I have a few questions. If you want to talk with us about this, you're more than willing to do so. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts and kind of experiences with that, especially when it comes to first times on VR. There's a bunch of stuff that can be talked about in there. There's so much to say now that I think about it. There's so much to say, and I'm like, where do I start? I have questions set up, but where do I start?
I mean, kind of just wherever you feel. just you kind of pick one out of the hat, and then there you go.
Exactly. I would have to maybe find a little shortcut so I can cut out my mic and enable it. I have no idea what happened. You know why? You know why I'm so confused, Chad? Because last time, remember the intro we did last time? When we were doing that, there was no echo whatsoever. Everything is fine. And I'm generally thinking it was just because I was not next to him. And that is probably why my mic is like, nah. But apparently it just goes nah. And on VRChat I could handle it and stuff. But it turns out that on OBS, I cannot handle it. Am I bad at managing OBS? Maybe. We do not want to talk about this though. My professionalism is not, like the context of this podcast today, I might say. I'm yapping way too much. I apologize. I'm getting way too off topic, as always.
No, it's beautiful, if anything.
You two are rocking this intro. Thank you so much. Finally, one person that acknowledges our genius. I should say.
A beautiful genius.
Your profession is non-existent. Hey! Ow! That hurt it. Okay. First times on VR. Okay, you know what prompted me actually to talk about this legit is you guys maybe have seen it if you played VRChat. At some point, VRChat kind of handed out little badges about how long you have been on the platform. How much was it for you actually? How much? I think it wasn't as much as I
think.
Guess. 7 freaking years. I've been on VRChat 7 freaking years, you guys. With a break in between, though. With a break in between, though, I have to like say this. There was a big break in between, which honestly could kind of make me bring up the first subject here, or like the first question. Sorry, minus for 2 years. That is. Was I at this point in no life? I think I. You know what the heck? What are we talking about? We're furs. We don't have lives. Anyways. Oh. No? It looked like you had a sneeze coming up. It looked like, oh no, you were just putting up water. Oh, that explains so much.
Yes, I was slurping. That's what I was doing.
Alrighty, how about we talk about how we found VRChat? I think that's a great first question, honestly.
How I found VRChat.
Yes.
That is a long time ago because I actually found it back in back when 2016, 15, like a while ago. So I don't know how to explain this. Basically, I just found I was just watching YouTube and stuff, and I had found VRChat on it via a bunch of other streamers, YouTube content creators and stuff. One person at the time that I watched was called Lolathon, and he was known for making avatars, but funny haha avatars or scaling avatars. So ones that would go invisible, then just jump out, could pop into existence and do a jump scare and stuff like this, right? I had met some other people, well, not met, but had seen other people. I forgot the name of this one person, but they were known for doing trap voices at the time. And so then...
Not gonna lie, that kind of rings a bell. It kind of does ring a bell. I don't know exactly who that is, but it does ring a bell. I don't know who that is, though.
Oh, wait. And it was, for me, their name was Reese's something, and I have them followed, and they actually also follow me and stuff. Hold on.
Damn, look at you being famous and having celebrities follow you. I love how I love how I look at the preview and I just see my eye tracking my eye tracking is snitching so bad on me because it tells every single second when I'm looking down on my freaking overlay, and I'm fully concentrating. I'm just multitasking over here.
Okay, so they have changed their name. Originally it was something Reese's or Reese's something, but now they changed it to Clocat. And yeah, that's just it. The reason why that they followed me and stuff like this was because the way that I tried to get around with people and meet people or talk to people was I would join them in their streams whenever they streamed, and I would try and talk to them, because at the time when I followed or was watching them, they didn't have a lot of people, so it's kind of easier to talk to them. And so what happened was literally I just chatted to them about stuff, tried to do this and that and interact with them to the point where they friended me and followed me on Twitch. But then after then, what's funny is I have a tendency to friend people on Twitch and then straight up ghost them for some reason. I don't want to, but I just did, cause other stuff, I met other people or other things, so this is still Furry related, but not VRChat related. There's this other guy called Beta Ada Delota, and I actually also got him to follow me, I think, or somewhat friend me. Basically he knew me, cause I would come into his chat all the time, talk, and blah blah blah. And then once again, I ended up ghosting him. I just stopped going into his stream, stopped interacting, and it's because it's literally just other stuff would happen, and I would meet new people, stuff like this. Yeah. Yeah.
That is actually interesting. I don't know half of those people. Who am I kidding? I don't know any of those people. The voice thing person like kind of gave me an idea, but I think I mistook it for someone else that I was following that used to go on games like, I don't know, CSGO or stuff like this, and that used to do like different voices with voice changes, and that is a whole different topic because, well, it's not VRChat. As for me, I'm gonna be fully honest, I don't fully remember. Honestly, I don't fully remember. Oh goodness, my face is so big here. Whoa. Help. I don't fully remember, honestly. I don't fully remember how I joined in. I think it was because of a French YouTuber, so kind of a little bit like you in a way. But I don't think fully as well. I think it was maybe because one of my hold on, give me a second. I actually don't remember fully when I started. I don't remember. Huh? Rain, what? I don't. Hold on a minute. I don't really freaking fluffin'. No, it's weird. Also, hold on a minute. Whoa. I hate to say it, but also I'm keeping track of like freaking. I'm keeping track of some things, and I'm like, fuck, it's 20 already, and I might have to run an ad break so that people don't have to watch the freaking pre-live thing that we have on.
To watch the live,
I am so sorry, but I cannot do a freaking ad thingy, sadly. I can't. This is annoying. I cannot do anything.
Alexa, this is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
Oh, now it works. It just was. Okay, I have 1 minute to yap about. But you know what? You know what I'm gonna do, chat? I have an idea actually to fix the thing, and I'm gonna start yapping about my experience in just a minute. But I'm gonna actually run like a minute of ad break just so that people that come into the stream actually don't have to listen to that stupid ad, so that you can all enjoy the freaking thing. Kind of in a way ad-free, so I'm gonna just run a tiny break on my end as well, and then we're gonna continue yapping. I apologize, this is a little bit abrupt, and I apologize for people that are looking at the VOD and are just like, why are you running an ad break when it just started? But you know what, it's for the best, trust me. So give me a single second, and I'll give me like 60 seconds, and then we'll be right back, and then we can talk about how I started things. And I hope we can cover everything before Ender has to go to work, because I know Ender has to go to work, and gosh darn it. Okay. We'll be right back. Alrighty, hopefully that will fix the ad break problem for a little bit, but I feel like it's not gonna last forever, sadly, as much as I would love it to. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm not gonna be able to run an ad break every 20 minutes. Anyways, so we were wanting to yap about what I was going through VRChat hell. I apologize for lighting. We changed a little bit to see if that could work out. I hope it will work. I will see in post editing if it worked or not. Anyways, VRChat. How did I discover VRChat? Honestly, so I started VRChat with a YouTuber in French, for French people maybe, or people that know some French YouTubers. They were called Amixem and Squeezie. And they were both two different YouTubers. They now do really different content from what they used to. I think Amixem was more like troll content and really, really funny, haha, weird content, whereas Squeezie was more gaming stuff. Also, now they both do really different stuff. I believe it was that way that I got to know about it, and also because people talked about it. And then I joined in on desktop, actually. That was how I started. If y'all remember, if for some people that were their last life, what happened is basically I joined in, so I joined in then on desktop, and I mainly joined in because I loved I felt like it was a great place to roleplay, because at that time I just loved like text roleplays. You know, the thing where you send like messages to your friends and you roleplay as like your OC and a character you really go crazy for, because that's the thing that girls do. I don't know if guys do that too, but I know we did. Yeah, and honestly, I kind of started it. I started with my laptop back then, so it was like in what, middle school, I think? It was not even high school, it was middle school that I started, like last year of middle school, I think. And I was just got low-key a little bit addicted to, and I went always to the same world with the same people, and we were just all being silly on desktop. Because remember, as I told you last time, at least for the people that were not there last time, FBT back then, when I started 7 years ago, was not that popular as it is now. Face tracking was pretty much non-existent, or at least I didn't know people had any. At that time, the luxury was really just having a headset as a general thing, so having half body. I think that was also like around the time where like the first Oculus Rift, and where the Oculus Rift was just a really popular thing, a really kind of high-tech piece to have then, honestly. Oh. Oops. No! Apparently someone got, and I might need your assistance because I think someone got...
Oh no.
The bar just said no. One day I decided to get Quest headset after purchasing my PC, and I was looking for a game to play and found VRC. Oh, that is Saji's comment on how he joined VRChat, by the way. That is interesting, damn. I did hear that Ender also started VRChat, at least that's what he talked about. I believe you started like VRC with a headset because you didn't want to start without a headset, right? That was the whole deal, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't start with a headset. Man, a headset was a luxury back then. But yeah, that is mainly how I found out about it. It's, I did play it for a few months, then I kind of sidetracked and stopped with it for like quite a bit, actually. I think my new addiction by then was like League of Legends and Genshin Impact and stuff like this, and I think cosplay also a little bit was a thing, because that was when I was going into middle school, and cosplay was like a big passion of mine. I wanted to cosplay everything and anything, and had like a bunch of cos plans on there. It was something. Yeah. It was a whole thing. I came back, I believe, towards like 2023 actually, because a friend of mine, Pearl, also, she has actually a streamer name is Pearl, and she does also have like, she does VTubing now. She used to do VRChat stuff, and she used to dance for a certain club on VRChat as well. And so I kind of got reintroduced to that in a way. And that's also a little bit later, that's when I got my first headset. I still didn't get any full body tracking. It still took me a time to get full body tracking, actually. But that's how I got to know it, how I came back to it. I started hanging out with a friend of mine that I sadly kind of lost contact with right now. But I remember one particular thing when I started, and one of the reasons also why I wanted a headset again. So you guys have probably seen like the little tea and coffee sets, right? In certain worlds, like where you can make tea and drinks and soft drinks and stuff. I love that. I was like, oh my god, that is huge, and I wanted to try it out. But guess what? You cannot use the item, or at least at that time, you could not use the item unless you had at least half body tracking. And I was like, no, this is so sad. And you have no idea how much today I enjoy these things. I could spend like an hour on that just making drinks and being silly because it's just so satisfying to do. Yeah. Let me check up on some people here on chat. So, Saji says, even though you didn't have a headset, you got a head start because of that. Yes, but I didn't know back then, like the VRChat back then and the VRChat how it is now are like two very, very different things. Very, very different things. I'm not sure that even, like, I'm not sure even WickerBeast or NovaBeast was surely not a thing, but I'm not sure if WickerBeast and Northern Dragons and Vixuriums were even a thing 7 years ago. I would be curious to know, actually, when they got out. But I don't think they were such of a thing back then, honestly. Awesome Poon says it's okay. I was just saying, I'm like, cause I was buying Christmas gift. You're fine. You're entirely chilling. I'm not fulfilling my due diligence here because I do not have a Christmas hat on. I apologize. Ender here is dressed way more Christmassy than I do. Let me look at this. He has a little Christmas hat. It's adorable.
I'm just chilling. I'm just here. I'm just vibing.
But yeah, that is basically how I discovered it, how he discovered it for now. And I think that could bring us to our next question, actually. Well, we kind of scrubbed the surface, scratched the surface just a little bit, but what was one of the first experiences you had on VR that, like, the first big memory you had of VRChat?
Cool, no, I know what you're looking at. I know what you're looking at. you.
We have big Wicker Simpson here. Big Wicker Sims.
Yeah, totally not why I decided to wear the Wicker beam.
He knew. He came prepared.
I gotta get on viewer rate subs. I gotta get the numbers up.
Oh. Hold on, we have an interesting comment actually from Luna here. 8 years ago was mostly models ripped from games and most of the furries were nanachis. I think, I'm not gonna lie, even nanachis were not that much of a thing, or at least I didn't see that many nanachis when I was playing. I mostly like remember one of my friends had like a silly fox avatar and I was honestly. But that is an interesting insight, honestly. Yeah, I really would be curious to know when Northern Dragons, Vixuriums, and stuff like this came out now at this point. I might have to do some research and come back to it next time, because I would be very, very curious to know. Alrighty, but back to the question I had. Endo, what was your first experience actually on VRChat? Like the first that you can remember at least?
It depends, because the first experience I had was either I was either avatar hunting or I was playing Game Worlds or whatever, because I remember the first thing that I kind of did was I went to like a furry avatar world. I either grabbed a Naruto, a Rex, and a Volley, I believe. Those are like the original 3 that I had, and I kind of cycled between. And then, what do you call it? I then went to like a public game world, and at the time, the first couple of people I met and hung out with, I'm gonna be honest, were kids, but I also was a kid. I was like 16, 17, so it wasn't that weird. No, yeah, because I think I was like just turning 18. It was either I was 17, just turning 18, because I had just graduated high school, and yeah. So I had just graduated high school, so I was like barely like an adult or whatever, and like and so basically the first couple of people I hung out with were the stereotypical like kids that got their quests because of either birthday, Christmas, or whatever, right? So a lot of the like game modes were just filled with kids, and I did find other adults, of course, but it was like they mostly are in private instances, as per you know why. Like just you don't want to hang out with a bunch of kids and whatnot, and so yeah.
I guess they were definitely eating raw potatoes down there.
Yeah. But the earliest ones that I'm thinking of is like, oh, I would play like Murder 4, or I'd play like Putt Putt. So yeah, those are like the earliest memories I have. It's like just playing Putt Putt and then conversating with other people. So,
I mean, fair enough, honestly. Very, very fair. Very, very fair. I don't fully remember my first experiences since it's been like a longer time than you have. I really think my first experiences was truly like kind of role play kind of a deal where we went around like stuff like Kitchen Cooks. If some of you know, it's like the VRChat game where it's based off an actual game, but it's remade in VRChat where you have orders and you have to make them as quick as possible. And I think we did do a little bit of a role play thing here and there. I mostly wanted to do it because roleplay and it was interesting, and the whole hype because oh my god, it's new, so there's the whole novelty kind of a thing that is hyping you up as usual you would with a game or something like this. And I just I guess I had that rush, and yeah, that is my first experience from what I remember. But if I had to now take the experience I had like when I came back, then it was a whole different experience because back then I used to, for example, wear a lot of anime girl avatars. I don't know, there was like, it's not Elfenlied, it's not something with an E, and it was like a 2D game, I think. It was like a character from a certain game, but I don't remember the game for the life of me. But that I had like a little tiny anime girl character from that specific game, and I loved to wear it at that time. And it was only when I came back again, and then I got introduced to the furry fandom in a way, because the friend I was hanging out with at that time was a furry also. And so one of my first avatars when I used back then was the Naruto-jang, funny enough. Yes, I did start out as a Naruto-jang once I discovered the whole furry stuff.
And then you became a Wikibee simp.
I mean, that is another point for another day. That is another point for another day, I would say.
Let me just put you on blast real quick.
Exactly. But definitely, I had like a really different experience because it wasn't role playing, but I saw like a lot of different worlds, and I saw new avatars, and it was really a nice, really nice thing to see. I could chill and hang out with people. And I'm guessing also at that time I was also just more mature, quote unquote, because I was like older. Back then I was in middle school, and after this I was like after high school, way after high school. So yeah, there's a whole kind of mentality difference between, I don't know, 2019 or something, maybe a little bit earlier, and 2023. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Definitely a positive experience, though, is what I would have to say. Definitely a positive experience when I came back to the game, though. Yeah. And that actually brings me to the next topic, which I am curious to also know your answers on that. Which avatars? Did you, which avatars? Because now, before that, I didn't used to do my tech, because you didn't used to wear your Wikibee, so you're curious. What were like the first avatars that you would go for back when you started VR? I would be very curious to know about that. Also about you guys, I would be very curious to know.
But also, Saji said that they were playing. The first time they played was when the zombie cart game, like Zombie Tag Go Kart, was coming out.
I've never played that, actually. I think I never played that, funny enough.
It's fun. Basically, what do you call it? For me, the avatar that I had first grabbed with that, or like that I consistently and comfortably wore, I'll say that, was an Avali. And I remember distinctly getting on VR and not wanting to wear an Avali. I remember I made like the thing of, I'm never gonna wear an Avali. I don't like them. Like, being a bird is kind of weird. I'm gonna be like, you know, the cool things. I'm gonna be like the Wicker Beast, the Naruto. I'm gonna be the blah, blah, blah. And then next thing I know, I find an Avali. I don't think I have it anymore, but it was like a sun and moon Avali, so it was split textured. It was like orange one side, blue other side, and it was really nice, really cute. I liked it a lot. I don't think I have it still, because it's like a long time ago. The other one that I wore was like a DJ Avali, which just had music on it, and that was it.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, those were the ones that I wore. I ended up wearing just Avalis, and I didn't think I would.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the first avatar I wore. I don't have it anymore. I just don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore. I just know it was like a Naruto that you can actually grab, and it had like the little, you know, of course the really like casual, the most casual, basic furry bee ever, really. Like the little skirt, the crop top, the warmers on both the legs and the arms.
So like the kind of femboyish idea.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah. I had that kind of Abby. I used to wear like anime and human avatars, and then it got to the point where it just felt like it wasn't me anymore. I felt like I was fake. I felt like I was legit just being fake by wearing those. I don't know why it felt like I was not. It felt legit like I was catfishing people because of avatars. I'm not gonna lie. And you're gonna tell me, well, you're not doing like anything different with like a furry avatar, because that's not really me. I don't look floofy. I don't have beans. I don't have big ass eyes that can go like this. I don't have like fur. Yet I just really did not feel it as a human. I just felt like it really, really wasn't me as a human. And so I swapped, and now that I'm part of another group that wears a lot of human avatars, I'm like, actually maybe it's not that bad. But somehow I'm so deep down the rabbit hole with furry avatars that I really don't think it's gonna be a thing anymore, like that I go back to humans. I think it's gonna be just furries eternally, because since I swapped, I've never really gone back. I went from Naruto Dragon, then once I went from Naruto Dragon, I think I went a little bit to Wicker Beast. When the Nova Beast came out, I of course went a little bit with the Nova Beast, because, well, it was also popular when it came out, so why the fuck not? What other type of furries? I think a volley also, but not that much. It wasn't that. I'm really trying. I think it really was like Nordidrang then Vixurium, because an artist make like a public Vixurium that I really liked. It was purple and like black and white, and I really loved it. Actually, fun fact, if you scroll down a little bit and like all the old panels, yes, I still have to change that. You see actually the Vixurium I was waiting for the longest time, and that was this one. I absolutely loved it, and I rocked it for like a really long time. I also wore like a little thing called the Swaria. I had like an avatar that someone gifted to me, and I wore this also for a little bit because I was just in love. It was just so cute and fluffy, and yeah, a lot of stuff here. It was good fun, honestly.
The Swaria is cute, so.
The Swaras are really adorable. I still like that species a lot, actually. I still have the avatar, by the way. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It's like one of my really old avatars. Hold on, there you go. It's loading. There you go. That is it. But the thing is, it's everything is in Japanese, so I cannot really like do anything.
Yeah.
Because everything, the whole expression menu is in freaking Japanese, and I don't know how to activate most of them, or most of the things that, you know, is noted down, and I'm like, what the heck is that? I think, oh, these are emotes, and these I don't freaking know what they do. We even had to, at that point, fix the freaking fizz bones on this, because the model was just that old that we have to fix them. They were so wiggly, and I had no idea about how to do fizz bones and set them up and all of that, and you know, no face tracking and whatnot. You see it, I can literally not move my eyes whatsoever. It's a cute Abby, but I don't think I'm gonna use it as much, because although it is really adorable, it is really cute, it's just so outdated that I'm just not able to use it anymore. Although once again, it is really cute. Oh, yoink.
Live.
All good. You're fine. You're alive. As long as you're alive, you're fine. Let me just grab my camera stuff again. Here you go. There you go. Okay. That was mostly my side of VRChat avatar-wise. At least it was a little bit chaotic, but hey, at least I came by to find. Nowadays you can find so many avatars and so many great textures, which was not a thing back then when I started, and that is huge. Like, I actually kind of have a little bit of regret. I have to confess. Listen, I'm not that freaking old, you know. I will tell you my age and you will be like, what? That's not old, you're super fucking young. Yet I feel like I missed out on so much, because if I started learning Blender and Unity and Substance Painter way earlier, I could have maybe done so much more now, and maybe already be like kind of having this as a full-time job, which I'm, by the way, trying to get to nowadays. Yeah, it's a lot. Also, we're gonna ignore the fact that this is like, I just realized that again, we're gonna ignore the fact that I kind of messed up setting up both of these rings. I mean, this is kind of, this works kind of, but this one is kind of just funky.
Yeah, it's to the foot, not the shin.
Exactly. You got it. Okay, what was, well, we kind of covered that one. I'm trying to see. Oh, the next question I would have in mind is, some people, when they go onto VRChat, they kind of play a character. They put on a mask and they're someone completely different, because just, hey, it's a platform, why not? It's like a username, might as well be a different person, have a whole new identity on the internet, because heck, why not? A lot of people do it, you know? So now the next question would be, were you different when you started VRChat than what you are doing like now? Or is it the same? I would be curious to know.
Like, you'll have to rephrase it.
As in, when you started VRChat, were you just yourself? Did you go up to people like you do with you and your friends? Or did you put up a mask, play a character, and kind of just were someone else and pretended, you know? That is kind of what I'm meaning.
I see. So for me, I know when I got on VR, I had to kind of force myself in a way, as in like, I wanted to use VRChat to kind of build better social skills to try and like be more outgoing. Yet that hasn't, it comes and goes. But other than that, I mean, not really. I was myself. I would talk. I tried to be myself at least. So, yeah. No, I didn't really put on a mask, if anything. So I didn't really act like anyone else. So.
Sorry, I'm doing this because thank you, Shadow. Thank you, Shadow.
No, I see it. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, but it means a lot. So I personally, I hear check-in. I hear check-in. I hear check-in. Someone checked in.
Check-in. It's Shadow checking in.
Yeah, Shadow checked in. Heidi, I personally did not put on a mask. Personally, I did not. I heard that someone else that I know did it at some point when this subject kind of came up, because I was watching kind of a podcast earlier, funny enough, to get kind of ideas on how I should do things and run things, which is why I have like questions prepared, and it's a little bit more scripted than what we used to do last time, where it was a lot more freeballing, which, I mean, freeballing is kind of part of a podcast. You kind of stay away from a topic from time to time. It's bound to happen. That's not really that big of a deal. But I do have some questions kind of noted down so that I make sure that we kind of keep it interesting and have like a few questions related to the topic we're talking about today. But now back to topic. I did not put on a fat. I did not put on a face. I think back then when I restarted VRChat was also around the same times, or maybe a little bit earlier, that I discovered LARP. For those that do not know what LARP is, it's a diminutive. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's how you say it in English. It's short for live action roleplay. If you guys know D&D, you know the little paper roleplay thing where you roll the dice and have characters basically roleplay around the table? Well, it's that basically, but in real life. And I used to do that at some point. It's still one of my passions to this day, but just I don't really have the funds at the time to do it, because it's time consuming, and it's also really pricey to just be able to afford stuff for LARP. But LARP is all about roleplay, and I think that was kind of how I started roleplay in a way, because I already love roleplay with text messaging and stuff with everyone. And then I got into VRChat and continued, and then I did LARP. So, yeah, I guess I was still myself. Maybe I was. I don't think I was really different. The only difference was I was just younger back then, and so I don't have the same habits anymore, the same ways of talking, the same ways of expressing myself, because it's just, you know, growing up and stuff. But yeah, once again, for anyone that is watching the chat, watching the stream, you're more than welcome to interact. The chat is here for that. I'm just repeating that just in case. Like, we would be more than willing to hear what you have to say about all of this. Yeah. What now? Now that was kind of a short and quick and sweet answer here. I do have to say this. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a few questions that I have noted down that are gonna be probably a lot bigger and gonna take a little bit more time to kind of answer, but I still think they will be very interesting to cover. And once again, I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this. What, in your opinion, like looking back at it, what would be the things that you would think would be I think I'm repeating myself. I'm gonna make it very confusing. In your opinion, what would be things to know prior to playing VRChat? Since with the experience you have now, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into that question a little bit later. And again, I would love to hear your guys' opinion on that. Anna, what do you think?
Okay, well, so for me, the simple answer would be just don't get into VRChat. Like, unironically, it's kind of like, don't go into it. It's the most expensive free game ever. It's the most... So it can be the most social, like, draining, like, mentally, emotionally draining thing ever. It can be like a lot of just downsides, but then there's also the good sides, of course, where it's like, you know, having fun, meeting people and stuff like this. But once again, not gonna lie, a lot of the people that you meet might not be very cool or like chill. So it's a toss-up. That's all I have to say.
It's okay. I'm gonna say this as it is. I don't fully agree with that statement. Hey, you would have never met me. I would have never met you if I didn't have VRChat. How dare you say such a thing? I would never go back and live and be like, hey, I don't want to play VRChat. I would have never met this goofball. How about that? Huh? Did you think about that? I didn't think of it. Gosh. Though he does have very valid points, though, I do have to say that. Also, damn, I'm not sitting very ladylike here. Just kind of just spreading out. Excuse me, I'm not. I really don't. I agree with some parts, and also I don't with other parts. I do agree with the fact that VRChat is definitely a free game. That yes, it's advertised as free, but it's really fucking expensive in the end. Unless you really have no care about getting like even half body, or just had a headset at first, and you know you're not planning on, you're just hard set on not getting more. Most of the people will at some point just kind of cave in, but most of the people will cave in. That's just how it is. Hello, thank you for the Are you gonna cave in too in the VRChat craze? Thank you for the follow, though. I do not have my screen open right now. I apologize. Hold on a minute. What do we have? Hello, thank you, and welcome to the podcast talk. You're more than welcome to Chicken. And
welcome to the new.
Oh well, hello. Also, hello. Beware public worlds. Oh my goodness, yes. I'm looking at the chat. If I don't look at it 24/7, I do apologize for that. Also, hi, John. Hello, all of you, and also thank you so much for the follows, people. It's I really hope you enjoy what we're talking about here. We're just being silly and talking about, you know, our first times in VR. Yeah.
But I do agree with Saji's point of saying beware of public worlds.
Oh, definitely. Unless
public worlds can be, they're a toss-up as well. Because either you can find really chill people like that are just wanting to vibe and just relax, right? Or you can find people that are bad in the way where it's like you think they're cool, but then after like realizing and like actually hanging out, you'll realize they're not cool or chill, you know? So, yeah.
I do agree with that. I fortunately did not go in that many public lobbies. I used to go a lot to the Great Pug because it was one of the first maps I kind of used to go to, and I really liked the whole thing. And I used to go there all the time, hoping that people would come and talk to me, because that's how I worked before that. And it's stupid as heck, I know, but it was somehow how I worked.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
back
know
to the
what you
topic
mean.
we were talking about. Why would I know? So, it's like, I wouldn't say I don't recommend it, but I also kind of don't. It's in between. It really depends on what you want, because it's
Yeah.
kind of, I have the feeling it's not gonna be an in between. Most of the people will either go one or the other extreme, which is either they will full on commit, either they will not and just leave the game after a little bit. There's not that many people that I know, at least, that go just in between. It's like, just from time to time, or most of the time what they do, they just go full on and then take a break, which I don't really count in being in the middle, but
Yeah.
it's what I mean by that. It's either people will full on commit, as I said, and will get into VRChat, make friends, then hang out more and more in VRChat, go world hopping, get a headset, get full body tracking maybe. Or on the opposite side, they will just try it out, see, maybe it's not for me, and then just leave, because that's just what a few people did too. Some people, I believe, we already talked to people. It's like, VRChat is not that much of a thing. I do it from time to time to hang out with people, but I don't else.
Yeah, that's literally, you're talking about also what someone said in chat as well. GD is saying like, oh, I think most important thing is remaining grounded. So it's like, oh yeah, VR is good and all, but you also can't forget about the outside world, in reality, which I agree with. I get that.
Hold on,
But,
let me actually read that comment out loud if you don't mind. So, Ginny said, I think the most important thing is to remain grounded, right? So many people get way too sucked in. While immersion is fun, reality cannot be forgotten. Which I agree. I do want to at some point actually cover VRChat in real life. That is actually a topic I want to cover during one of our podcast streams, because I think there's just so much, and saying like, oh, VRChat does not have an impact on real life is, for me, honestly a lie, especially if you like committed as much. I mean, I'm very committed to it because I kind of want to make this my full-time job at some point, so the perspective on this is a little bit different, because I'm also seeing this a tiny bit as a business kind of thing, but not fully. It depends also on what way you see it in, but definitely VRChat can have an impact on real life, and I do think it should not be forgotten. Like, please go still check on your IRL friends if you have some from time to time. I know it's hard, and it's like, it's easy to get sucked in. It really is. Yeah, also, hi John. Hi. Thank you. Nice seeing you too and hearing from you. Thank you. Okay. What am I wanting to talk about? So I was talking about the recommendation. So what I recommended, it really depends on how much you want to get into it. If you are into, personally, what I like about VRChat a lot is that you kind of meet a bunch of people from all corners of the world, and that is one of the most beautiful things ever. I mean, most of the people here are honestly just Americans. You're not gonna lie. Most of the player base, if not, at least 50%, if not more, of the player base of VRChat is NA or just US based. I did meet a few people from Canada. We have both a friend from Spain and a friend from Australia. It's wonderful, and you just see so many people coming together and kind of put poetically sharing a bond of creativity, because that's what a lot of people do. They love creating avatars, they love creating textures, and they get together to create absolutely wonderful things. That's what I find beautiful about VRChat. I am not saying it's kind of a thing where you have to make sure to keep a balance between not being there a whole day, because I've seen people that spend like whole weeks on that game, which I would not do. I would recommend at least like taking the headset off from time to time. Obviously, like, don't take a shower in it, which people hopefully did not do. Hopefully. I'm saying this, but I bet someone at least did somewhere.
I get that though. No, like I will say that I also kind of understand or agree with like the people spend a lot of time in this game. Like, The longest I've only been in, I think we answered that on the last podcast, maybe. I only did it for like a weekend, so it was like from Friday to Sunday type thing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the people that tend
Fraudy.
to do yeah, that too. But like the people that tend to also spend weeks and weeks in VR, in my opinion, might also be unemployed. I'm gonna be honest. Because it's like they're in for every hour of every day. Like, so they're like they wake up, they sleep in VR, they eat in VR, they talk to people in VR, they go do a bunch of other things. So it's like they're constantly just doing it, you know? Like they're just constantly in VR and not really a break.
I do. Jeannie says, I understand a lot. I love VRChat, but I also have a life with children, a husband, and a job. But they did say also, a lot of my friends IRL I met in VRChat actually, which was absolutely wonderful, honestly. It's, I know my parents personally grew up with, the whole mentality of don't meet people from the internet. You don't know who they are. They could be really bad people, right? A really kind of a little bit old school mentality, because now the mentality has changed a lot. Especially for a lot of people on VRChat, there's like countless ideas of like, oh, let's meet up one day. It's not uncommon at all, honestly. It's not uncommon at all. I met a few people on VRChat, and they were absolutely lovely people, and I had a great time with them. I met like Ender through VRChat. Now he's my partner, and he came in like last like December, and we had a wonderful time, and I can't wait to go back, but that's something at a time.
Yeah, basically like last year I went and visited you type thing, so it was like you ended up seeing, like, I met people that I met in VR, so it's like, yeah, it's not uncommon to meet people in games, I'm gonna be honest, and then maybe if you keep talking to them to try and, like, you know, have a genuine conversation and like actually plan to meet up. So it's like, because I know this also, once again, side topic, but I know my brother, he has a lot of close friends that he met from playing League and also college, and they've just kind of been friends ever since then, and so now it's to the point where he just wants to go visit them and whatnot, you know? So, yeah.
You can meet like a lot of people through VRChat, and I'm honestly happy for all the people that I met through this game, and I'm looking forward to meeting new people. I know there's this event group that I will talk about way more at some point during this podcast. It's not going to be an episode for now, but one day. And I know they're planning to do a meetup, and one day I will try and see if I can join in and kind of meet them. I also am planning maybe with Ender, hopefully, we're trying to make this work to go next year to a convention with a few friends of ours, which I really hope desperately will work. And I'm looking forward to see if that will happen, because I'm just so hyped, and I really hope I can make it because I want to see all those friends. And I might low-key set up maybe a little fundraiser stuff to maybe get some help. I don't know. That is the thing for another time. I'm like,
Honestly, no fundraiser to be like, hey, get me to the US.
For exactly. I do agree with John, though, Jeannie, that it is absolutely lovely to hear that you met some of your IRL friends through VRChat. I love hearing those kind of things. It's lovely hearing that. It's really nice to see how many people you could see that you think, oh, I'm never, you would have never met them if VRChat didn't happen. And that is one of the things in the end, why I do kind of recommend playing this game, is because you can meet so many nice people. And also, why I recommend is, although it is the most priceful free game, I would still recommend it. I would still recommend it because there's just so much to see, like so many beautiful things that people make, like avatars, texture, worlds, everything, and you don't even need actually to have like the full body headset or whatnot. You don't. You can just see friends wearing them or friends making them. And only for that, I do think it's kind of worth it in a way. Hold on, let me read up some stuff.
The only reason why I wanted to do like the headset is literally because for me, it's just I really wanted to like actually, because before I got into VRChat, I actually like really wanted to get into VR, because I would see, because also prior to watching like VRChat specific, I saw people playing like other VR games and was like, oh, I really want to play these games, or it's really cool, you know, like because you can just, you know, you can swipe your hand through it, and like for Beat Saber, it's like you can just swipe your hand through the air and oh my god, you're cutting blocks with music, you know. So it's like just like there's so many different ways and different games, there's a whole new enjoyment. So that was part of why it's like I knew that if I wanted to get into VRChat, I needed a headset, you know. To me it just felt way different than just PC, even though there's no problem with just being a PC.
It does feel so much different. I'm gonna get back to that topic in a moment, because honestly I do want to elaborate on that. So Jeannie said, yes, it's a lot about using discernment, actually getting to know your friends and the people you surround yourself with first. I do agree with that wholeheartedly. There, I think I got it. Yeah. I do think that is true for VRChat and just IRL people. I'm not gonna go too much into personal stuff, but I kind of I would say I had like a rough time in life before VRChat stuff, and VRChat taught me to be a little bit more social with people sometimes. And I don't know, I lost my words. I had like the mentality of, oh, I have to adapt to everyone, I have to please everyone, I have to be likable and stuff. And in the end, that's also just not what friendship is. You know, I'm kind of getting off topic here, but it is like a point to kind of bring out with that comment. It's people have to like you for who you are, and a lot of people on VR are just as crazy as you. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna go to someone randomly in the street or a colleague of mine and be like, abois, give me a head pat. I'm not gonna do that IRL, really. That's like a VRChat thing. I would not necessarily do that IRL. Okay, so what do we have? We have Shadow saying foie. Exactly, I want to try and go to foie. Okay. Sagittarius said, it is truly fun to meet these people we've made connections with from such a distance away. Exactly. It might be hard to get. It might cost some money, but honestly, I can tell you, especially if things go well, that is one memory you will never forget about. I know like I had like a really shitty relationship before it was the reason why I went to the US in the first place, and despite like the person I was going for was really not the best person for me, it's still a memory I hold so dear to my heart, because I just it was just a whole thing, like going away for 9 hours on the plane, somewhere completely fucking different. And mind you, it was the first time I actually went out there and went on a big trip like this all by myself. My parents were normally always with me on big trips like this, so at least I was not fully alone. I at least had like one person coming up with me, and I was fully alone on a plane going to freaking Boston where I didn't know shit, you know. It's like everything could have gone wrong, yet it didn't, and I was awesome. Like I can't wait for I told Enda that I can't wait for the day where I actually go back into a plane and do that kind of trip, because I just want to get out of here. I just want to see something different, and it's just so nice. Okay, what else do we have? So Fallen says, it's getting to the point that some of my VR friends I'm starting to call IRL friends, because I've seen them so many times IRL with group trips and conventions. Honestly, that is a very, very fair point. I get that entirely. I get that entirely. Yeah. Yes, VRChat opens so many doors, we just gotta try to not get lost in it sometimes. Yes. I do say there's kind of a rabbit hole in VRChat. Again, that is also a topic I want to talk about sometime. It's going to be a less fun topic to cover because I did at some point want to make an episode about the toxic side of VRChat, honestly, because there are a bunch of them. It's not going to be the happiest podcast episode, but still is a topic to be considered, especially for people that never were on VRChat and stuff, because it's always something good to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have someone new. We have hold on. Classy? Is that how it's pronounced? Yes, it is a wink.
Well,
Actually, specifically, it is a ween. It is like an edit of the Wicker made by Pinky. And I think at some point when I got the model, they even told me they were wanting to revamp it at some point. Is it still happening? I'm not sure because I think you helped me get the ween for me like last year or something. So it's still a nice model though. But yeah. Beware of children and weird people in VRC. Oh, definitely. We had our fair share of weird people in there and toxic people. Jeannie says, if I'd have to describe a room full of doors, if you were to go through too many for you, hold on. If I'd have to describe it like a room full of doors, if you go through too many for you to remember how to make your way back. Okay.
Basically,
I think I got the question. Yeah.
Is because you struggled to say it was in perfect English, and you were just reading it terribly. I'm being honest. You were the one messing that up.
I'm sorry, my brain.
It wasn't a confusing comment. It wasn't confusing at all.
I apologize.
Basically, it's just, it's, once again, as you were saying, it's a rabbit hole. You just go down, you open one door, meet new people, open up another door, you see this, new door, and then it's like, by the time you've gone through like 10, 20 doors, it's like, wait, what happened? Or like, you can't really go back, because it's like you forget about all the other stuff, or all the other paths to get to where you are. So it's like, whether that be people, worlds, or, whatever have you.
Alrighty. We have John saying also, my closest friends, I know me from VR, I could do that, but at work I would never. Oh, yes. He was referring about the fact, like, boah. No. It is a nice vocal stim, but definitely not something I would say a lot outside of VRChat, honestly. It's like head pads. No. I'm not gonna purr in front of my best friends outside of VRChat, honestly. Imagine, honestly. It's, oh my goodness. Hold on a minute. Okay, hold on. Yes, I have felt 1,000% times more comfortable getting to know people on VR because there's not really as much pressure. There is not much pressure, but also you have to remember, it's silly, but you're behind a screen. So basically, if you have any, let's say you have any insecurities body-wise, you could just avatar. Just grab an avatar where you like the proportions from, done. That insecurity, out of the window. You're anonymous. People don't know you. They don't know your past. They don't know silly, dumb stuff you did. So the whole context of it helps you already to be more social, honestly. At least that's the feeling I do have. It's people don't know you outside of VRChat. They could not do that one embarrassing thing where you just ran out the freaking house naked as a child. That is actually a true story, but I will not get into it. What? Long story short, I was a child. I was really small. My parents wanted to shower.
But you said you weren't getting into it.
Never mind. Okay. It was really funny though. Like hearing that from my parents' mouth was really funny. Anyways, they don't remember that one thing that you that one embarrassing thing that you did. They don't care. They don't know who you are. You can just express yourself and just go what.
Because I was gonna say, like, I'm not a big titty wicker IRL, but yet in VR here I am.
So that's one hacking way to put it. I'm just saying that.
Well, I know it's not the truth. It's like I'm not a Wikibee IRL, but here I am.
Oh my goodness. So, Classy or Clazy, I would need for you to tell me how you pronounce that name. A bit off topic. Look at seen you once in VRC and Astros community. I wasn't white outer than a pink than a purple Wikibees. You probably never see me again. You never see me again. I am so sorry. I have a hard time to kind of remember people. Sometimes it's like names and faces. I need to see them multiple. Faces is usually a good thing. Faces I actually do remember, but there's a chance. I am so sorry if I don't
It's
remember
just
you.
putting names to the faces.
Exactly.
That's the
It's that, and also just depending on the avatar, I might recognize it. Maybe I don't. So. I'm not sure, but hey, I'm still glad you joined the stream. I'm still glad you even came by to say hi. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for coming by and hearing me and myself and I talk about silly things that don't make any sense, and apparently also talking about some kind of childhood trauma with a shower. But you know, that is something for another time and another day. Ow! Listen, I find that anecdote really fucking funny, okay? Excuse me, my parents told me that randomly, and I was laughing my ass off afterwards because I was like, damn, was I a problem child? But you know, that is way okay.
Also, once again, what about ads? Because I swear it's been a while.
Yeah, ads has been a while. The problem is I feel like it resets every 20 minutes. So I would have to kind of find a way to kind of delay it even more. I will check into that in a moment, but it's also I could run a little ad break. I could run a little ad break real quick. And give ourselves just a little bit of a sippy. So I think I'm gonna indeed do that. I'm gonna hit the little pause button. We're gonna just do a little tiny ad break for a minute. I'm gonna have the stream on be right back screen during that time so you guys don't miss anything, promise. And we will be right back right after that. But yeah, I hope you guys are finding it entertaining so far, that you're having a good time, and we will be right back after a short little break. Ah, bois, bois. Yoink. Oh, is it launching? Please launch. There you go. Okay, let me just yoink.
Damn.
Little break. You know what? I'm just gonna leave the voices on. I'm just gonna leave my voice on during the break because I find it really funny to just be sitting here in the wonderful like pastel colored Be Right Back screen. You know, I know there's a few people here that are subscribed to this channel. I'm sure you appreciate to hear my voice in the background, which is, you know, there's nothing going on here. Don't worry about it. Oh, actually, you do hear Ender. You do hear Ender for now, but I believe for those people that will hear the VOD, they will just wonder and be like, why? Why am I listening to this person, this ominous voice in the background, just commenting on a pastel screen with bubbles in the background? Isn't that a lovely chill time? Oh, don't worry, I will answer. I will answer anything. Don't worry about it.
Why are you looking at me like that in that tone?
I will answer everything. Don't worry about it. It's entirely fine, you know. It's you know, I'm being very, very. Hold on. I think we're good. I think the ad break is done. I think is it done? Is it done? Am I done? Can I? Are we done now? Okay. I think we can come back. I think we're so back, chat. Hold on a minute. I think I can stop being the little ominous voice in the back of your head. There you go. We're back. Hello. So, hold on. I was told that I need to answer a question. What's better, being in VRChat and finding the right people? You get to hang out with them more and partition. It's better in VRChat. You're finding. That. Hold on a minute. I think I'm reading this as if it was a question, but actually it isn't.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what's better, being in VRChat
No,
and finding the right people? You get to hang out with them more and participate in community events from other groups they're in. Yeah, you may also find that they'll also have the same interest in games as you. That is entirely true. That is entirely true. I've learned that some people played League of Legends. I haven't played League of Legends in ages, but Shadow, I know you're looking at this. I know this is a thing. Don't worry about it. I have stopped, fortunately, to play League of Legends. I'm not gonna tell you how much freaking coins I have spent on this, because, you know, some people like skins here. It's just like avatars. It's a freaking disease, I swear. And yes, I'm a very, very professional swimmer. Yeah, exactly, John.
You swim better.
Also, it doesn't matter how you say my name. Okay, okay, I guess that's fine then. Okay. League, you say, and yeah, I did say League. I did say the forbidden word, mayhaps. I don't really know. Some people, I say League and look at me and they kind of just, you know, I just see in their face that they just want to execute me on the spot, you know. That's just how it goes, you know. Just people don't like League, generally speaking. Let me see. How long have we been going on? Actually, now I wonder. Whoa, 1 hour and a half. Yee. Oh my god, we're going on for a moment. Don't worry about it. So, honey, you were saying something about a certain topic, but we sidetracked so much because of the comments.
I was saying something.
Okay, we're good. I think we passed that topic. Because there was a topic before we ended all the conversations, you were bringing it up, and I was like, oh, I want to add on to that, but then now I don't remember what it was. It's fine, though. Yeah, I think I can put on the next question. Let me bring it up this time. I have no idea which one. So, oh my goodness, that is kind of a question that can be answered really simplistically. We answered it kind of, but also not. Do you feel, and also that I extend that question to you guys that are watching, that is the same for every question. Do you feel any different about VRChat now than you used to when you started? That is a big one.
Do I feel VRChat differently now?
Oh, hold on.
Like,
do you feel different about VRChat now compared to when you started?
I mean, I see it more now as like a way to hang out with people and to just kind of, I don't know, it's something to do with friends basically, and being like, oh hi, how are you doing? And like,
it's fine.
Because it's like, because especially as of now, it's one of those ways where it's like the only way for me to like chat, talk, or have fun with people, especially like in VRChat, but with friends at least, is because like we're so far away that it's like the only way for me to like physically be around them, give them a hug, or like, you know, and so on and so on. So, yeah.
I do agree. Do I feel different? I guess now I roleplay less in VRChat, because back then I used to kind of see it a lot as, oh, an opportunity to roleplay and kind of roleplay with people. And actually, the more I got into it, the more actually you have to just find the right places and the right people to roleplay. And I guess I just didn't find the right crowd. Doesn't mean I don't like my friends now. Please don't like shoot this at me. I love my friends. Calm down. I would see it differently now. Basically, I would say it would be related also to you, my lovely dear Pookie co-host. I do see VRChat a little bit different now, because basically, since we're both, you might think we're both from the same place. No, we're not. We're in very different places. He is in the US, I'm from the EU. We're wanting to change that, but that is like not a project for right now. At least we're working on it. And basically, VRChat is the way we can spend time together, kind of physically in a way, because that is the closest we can get to being close to each other physically, because especially since we have full bodies, so it kind of, we move like we would in real life. I'm looking at the ring and it's stimming, but also it's kind of them. Yeah, that is the thing I feel different about. I feel also different about it because, well, I want to make this my full-time job. So honestly, I just for that, I do feel different about it because it started as a game, and now and then it developed into hobby because I got into retextures and doing more creative stuff myself and trying to do clothing fit, be a little like doing avatar stuff, and now I want to do it full time. So I do see it differently in a way, because before I didn't see it as like an opportunity to make a living out of it, and now it is my goal in life a little bit. Maybe it will change over time, I don't know, but for now it is. Those pills are going everywhere today. I swear, we're making a mess out of this couch. I apologize. I don't know who the owner is of this train. I'm so glad he lets us like use that place to do our podcast. But damn, I think if we don't put these pills back and maybe clean the couch after our podcast, I think we might be into serious trouble. But that should be fine. Hold on. John is saying, for me, it's a yes. Sadly, after experiencing a lot of the drama crap that can be created in VRC, it's not as wonderful as it was in the beginning, although I still really like it. Moving as one would, yeah. I do get your point. I really, really do. It is tough. That is once again a topic I would like to discuss a little bit more during like the next one podcast we'll do about more toxic side of things. I hope we can get that section maybe a little bit shorter, because I don't want to talk about negativity for like 3 hours.
It's gonna just be a bunch of trauma dumping.
I kind of don't want to, and I'm actually also just straight up debating on doing it, and instead maybe just compiling it onto like, I would like to maybe compile it onto the one thing where I want to talk about VRChat in real life instead, because I don't necessarily want to speak about negative stuff for a whole last episode. Maybe not the best topic. I know a lot of people.
It can just be a short section. It can
exactly.
Be a short section.
I do agree that a lot of people, like, all of us are kind of, and there's like this little, it's a little bit of a human habit, I think, to be kind of drawn to drama and everything that is a little bit negative. You're kind of drawn to it.
Always.
So I'm sure people would listen to it and be interested by it, but it's really not my goal to just make a whole episode on like, oh, just the negative stuff. No, maybe not, honestly. Maybe not. Yeah. I do get your point though. I know VRChat drama can really take a turn on some things. It can take a turn also on your personal life, because especially like, I'm gonna talk, for example, VRChat creators. We had like some VRChat creators that got accused of one thing or another, right? And it kind of ruined a lot of their stuff, because it can take like really, really big proportions. To the point where it can actually affect your private life a lot, and it's something to be considered, So basically, don't be a DCK, to say it out loud in a way.
DCK. Yes.
Yeah, kind of. You know what I mean. Don't be that person.
I'm joking.
Don't be that person, but also, it's kind of, you have to remember that internet doesn't forget. Sadly, as much as, it sounds really bad, but it kind of is. That's kind of, I like that one quote that Kate says in Life is Strange, and that kind of got into my brain. That's why they call it a web. Anything that gets in doesn't get out, or it's really troublesome to get it out. It's like that one photo you posted that you don't like, or that one picture or anything you post and you're really embarrassed about it, but someone is gonna hold on to it for you. It's of course that's not always true, and but it is a thing to be considered, honestly. It's it's something.
Exactly.
Oh, this was the right thing. Let me see if I can pull up. I have 2 more questions that I want to talk about today. Honestly, well, we did cover it. We can cover it again, but because it is a question. It is the previous question, but with a different viewpoint, if you could say. Did VRChat affect your life? We kind of did answer that, I agree, but we could go maybe a little bit more in depth into detail. We kind of covered it in a way, but maybe there's more specific stuff we can add to it. Yeah.
Mine is just yes. My answer is just straight up yes. It has.
Fair enough, honestly.
So,
That is straightforward.
Well, because if you want me to elaborate on it, I mean, literally the fact that I now am on an EU sleep schedule, or trying to half the time, yet I work on an NA schedule, so it's like a big clusterfloof of stuff. But yeah, it's basically like a lot of times I try to planning stuff can be hard because it's like, especially if I want to play with the NA friends, it's like I have to. The most times when they're able to play is like when it's time to sleep in EU, so it's like, well, now it's like I have to stay up late to play with them and stuff, and other things like that. So it's just a lot, like, so yeah.
Well, in my case, VRChat did affect my life. It made me discover a new passion. That is one big thing that I would like to point out, because before that, I was very much into cosplay. I quit cosplay because I was just tired of the idea of, I had the feeling that at some point cosplay just became an industry. And when I say industry, it's like, I felt like you had to produce new things every 3 days. That's how I felt about it. It felt like you had to be fast, you had to produce new thing on and on and on. And I just got tired of it because it felt like it's getting into fast fashion. So I quit cosplay, got back into games and VRChat, because I used to do a lot of writing in the past. In the past, I wanted to be a writer. Actually, that was like my biggest dream ever at that time. I really, really wanted to. I wouldn't say I sucked at it, but definitely I don't think I would have made it. Looking back at it now, I don't think I would have made it, really. What I did was like okay-ish, but maybe not that big of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it affected me also because when I met my partner through VRChat, and I do think that is kind of a valid point to point out. If I had just made friends, it would have maybe been very different. And now I have this bean over here that is, I don't know if you saw that. He just, you know, talk. Yeah, exactly. That little thing. Oh, wait, he's happy about it. His schedule might be floof, but I mean, okay, to be fair, you fuck up your sleep schedule for me, but I do the same for you. So I think we're kind of even on that. Because it did change my sleep schedule. I used to be, I wouldn't say I used to be a morning person in my childhood. I used to wake up like at 10, 11, if not earlier actually. And now I'm used to waking up at 12 or, 1 p.m. my time sometimes, because I go to NA events or I hang out with NA people or I spend time with Dad being over here. So.
No, but the thing is, you already were waking up at 12. The thing is, I had to wake up earlier because of that.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been the case. It wouldn't have been the case if I didn't discover VRChat and if I didn't do relationships on VRChat. Because that was a thing. If we were just friends, I would probably not have done it as much anymore. Well, not as much as I do now.
So basically, you wouldn't be waking up at 12?
Maybe not as much. Do I mind waking up at 12? No. I mind spending time with you. That's what I mind.
The reason why I'm asking is because I know for me, I just always woke up at 12 my time. That was
I
just me.
didn't.
Because it's sleep.
I didn't.
Oh, it's mostly because I'd be going to bed at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, so then I'd wake up like, at 12.
For
so
me,
that's just me.
For me, it deadass started with games. It started because of games and stuff that I did that, and also just Discord calls and things like this. That's how it started. So basically, online just in general did trigger that. But then it got encouraged even more when I was dating someone. Before I did, and I also dated someone that was from the US. And basically, back then, I do.
Oh.
I was staying up even later than now. Before it was like even like 8, 9 a.m. something like. Yeah. I stayed up until like 8 or 9 a.m. which I don't do anymore, but I still somehow do it for you also because I do stay up until like 5 a.m. which I don't mind.
You do it because like I thought you wanted to, because for me I was assuming like, because I try to get you to bed by 12, so
both.
I try to.
Both are true. I do it because I want to hang out with people and I got used to it, and I do it because that way I have more time to spend with people. So.
I just assumed it was because you were making the conscious choice to do it.
No, so that's like, that's a little bit more complicated. Yeah, at least it shows how much I care about you.
Because every time that we would, like, when you would stay up, I'd be like, hey, it's like 2 a.m. Are you getting tired? Oh, I see that you're tired. It's 2 a.m. Do you want to go to bed? So it's like, yeah.
Now I got used to it, so I'm a little bit fine.
Because I'm trying to throw you into the bed. I'm trying to throw you in and on and under the covers, so...
Oh my goodness. Okay, we do have a few questions. Oh my goodness. So, Casey or Clancy said, how often do you come across fake ass or the scammers? I actually have had the luck of not coming.
Enough. No. Well, no, that's in a way kind of a lie. The reason why I'm saying that is because people are trying to fake to be you.
Oh, so... yeah, that happened.
So
I
technically you have, in a way.
I had a phase where I don't know why, and I think there's still a few people. It's the same person made a bunch of different accounts that was trying to impersonate me and trying to advertise my work to scam people. I think they're still out there. I got most of their account blocked. I think until now they probably made new ones. I had to jump from server to server to kind of get them banned. And I think I got like a few accounts banned from different Discords. And I even messaged them personally. I was like, hey, maybe I didn't message them like, oh, you little piece of
you absolute whole.
Yeah, you absolute piece of cheese. It's why are you doing this? And I was like, hey, could you mind stopping that and instead learn how to use Substance Painter and make lovely stuff yourself? Because I wanted to kind of, because internet presence and because also people, it could just backfire. Even if it's a scammer, it could always just backfire on you and they could just shitpost about you being rude. So I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna cover my butt on that. Yeah. We have Ghoul asking, do you know Proximity Chat? I don't know them personally. I saw that content. I kind of heard.
The thing is, the only thing is, so no. The answer is I've never heard, seen, or talked to them. Period. The only thing I know is the whole thing of like. Literally, it's funny because it's for me. I would just be scrolling on TikTok, and the next thing I see, it's literally just like like proximity chat. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this person? I don't care. Like, and so it's like, I don't really care. This is me.
It's pretty much the same as me. It's at some point I just also got tired of hearing about drama stuff regarding proximity chat because
the whole point, the funny thing is it's kind of like what do you call it from Harry Potter, where it's like don't say the name, because a lot of people are saying like, oh, don't say the name of proximity chat.
Oh my god, why? Yeah.
It's just a person.
It's kind of like, I do get what they're trying to do. Is it something I will heavily encourage? Not necessarily. At some point I'm also just like, okay, it's whatever, It's Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of just feeling a little bit about the whole thing. As Endo said, I don't know them, have never spoken to them, have never met them, not intending to, honestly. Yeah, that is honestly pretty much it. So Shadow says my sleep schedule varies. Workdays I'm up until workdays I'm up until 7 a.m. Weekends I'm probably up until 7 a.m.
Yeah. Basically, on weekdays they
I
wake
get
up
that.
at 7 in the morning. But
I
on
can
weekends, they're
relate
awake
to that. I
all
can
night.
relate to that so much. I usually during weekdays when I work, I get up pretty early, so I have to go to bed earlier. Thankfully now it's winter season, so my workplace kind of opens up later, which I'm really happy. So that means I can sleep more and stay awake longer, which will not be a thing. Which is not a thing during summertime. But I do have to usually get awake like way earlier. So I kind of get that. I can relate to that full-heartedly. Also, hi Vocal, how you doing? Lovely to see you here. Yes, I can believe it that Christmas is just a week away, and I'm glad you're passing by. Don't forget to do a little check-in. I'm saying this once because I don't know how long the stream is gonna go. How long the stream is gonna go for. If you go into the channel points, you have something called check-in, and basically, I'm bringing this up because. First off, it's a really fun thing to do. Basically, every stream you can hit that little button one time. There you go, Vocal did it.
There it is.
And basically what you can do is once you get the whole card filled, we're gonna do a little bit of a roll, like a little roulette kind of deal, and you get something for free. It could be like a free texture from the store, or something free and simple. So, yeah. If you want that, people like free stuff. Just do it. And you can do it once per podcast stream. And I know it's going to take a while because we usually podcast like once a month for now. We're wanting to maybe schedule it for like twice a month, but we're going slow about it because else we're going to...
It's like 1 to twice, yeah.
We're going to like run out of stuff to talk about. I mean, there's always stuff to talk about. Free card, yes. So, just curious, what type of artist are you? I am a texture artist. I do textures. I did this texture actually all by myself. I didn't do the model.
Also this one.
I made also Enda's texture that he is wearing right now. I made this. I've been a texture artist since September 2023. And I do texture commissions and store textures. I'm wanting to learn to kit bash avatars because that's kind of what I want to get into. I want to learn how to make little assets. I want to learn how to make flow toys. Oh, did Ender crash? Oh no! Did Ender crash? Oh no. VRChat be nice. VRChat be nice. I think Ender... Oh, he's coming back. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Oh no!
I'm alive.
Yippee! Yay! But yeah, it's kind of that. I am a texture artist. Wanting to be more than that. It's coming forward. I'm wanting to learn how to make a little adopts. Also, I got like Procreate Pocket on my phone and a little stylus. Thank you, Melody, if you're seeing this. By the way, because she gifted me the little... Huh?
Sorry, John was celebrating me not dying.
Yippee! So John says, how I sleep completely depends on my work as well. When I work morning shifts, I need to be at work at 7, so at like 6. But during the afternoon schedule, I'm awake till maybe 4 or 5 a.m. and sleep till midday. Fair point, especially as a U person, I get that entirely. Feeder card, yes, entirely. Do you have a favorite story for any of your avatars? There's so many avatars, I have no idea where to start. I have no idea.
Half of the Abbies that like she makes for me is literally just oh my gosh. The moment I bought the Femwicker, she was like, I'm now gonna gender bent Ender. And so then she just made the Femwicker texture without me really asking. So...
My goodness, that is so true. I had a few funny ideas texture-wise. one texture I could bring up that I did for the funsies is basically there was this one friend of mine called Roger, and basically he has a little funny thing that he does every Wednesday. He changes his username to Frogger instead of Roger because he has a thing with frogs. I don't know. And at some point I wanted to join in on that little fun thing. Huh?
And same with he changes his profile pic.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I don't know if he still does it.
He does.
But
no, I've seen it.
But basically, I took that opportunity. I was like, hey, this is really funny. I want to kind of jump in. And so what I did is I made like a blue dot frog volley texture that is actually on my store up for grabs. And basically, I just was like, hey, I have a frog texture now, and I find it really funny, and I actually like that one, Avi. It was a funny, silly project. Actually, some people did get that texture for the funsies. And what's happening here? Oh, server processing. Dart frog. Hold on a minute. It's loading. Server processing still. We're processing the server.
It's because it's such an old model.
Yeah, it probably is because of that. I like seeing. I like seeing a meeting new artist. Well, I'm glad that you do. I'm happy also. Oh, there you go. Right there, it's the blue dart frog.
I'm the slimy variant. She made 2 variants. One where it's not slimy, and the other one that is.
Basically, I basically just added the clear code function on it, and I believe I made it a toggle on mine also, where you could like toggle between slimy and no slimy. I think.
For me, mine's not. Wait.
For me, it toggles.
No, it just has the.
The blah, 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 blah. But this was like a little cute avatar I made. It was one of my first textures that I made. It's a silly one, but people apparently enjoyed it and grabbed it and just went and were like, you know what? I'm gonna just be a silly blue dart frog on the internet. Because that's a thing to do.
Silly blue frog.
Do I have another thing that I can talk about texture-wise? No, I think also since we're slowly nearing the end of the podcast, I'm gonna bring up my very last question for the night. I think that is. I think I would love to hear everyone's answer on that. Let me hold on. So, if you could back in time, what would you tell yourself? Like, as you started VRChat.
What?
If you could if you could go back in time and you would meet your past you that just starts out or is wanting to start out VRChat, what would you tell him?
What would you tell your past self? That's how you would phrase it. You phrased it so terribly.
I'm sorry, I'm not native English.
Because you said if you could go back in time, how could you tell VRChat? Or what would you tell me? So that's why I was like, what?
I'm sorry!
I was waiting for you to continue, but then you looked at me as if you were done, and I was like, wait, what?
I'm so sorry, I'm not native English.
Vocals answers beautiful. You gonna be gay.
You're gonna be gay.
My answer is oh, my hand died. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you trust. You will find some that are the gems, but you have to go through the dirt and mud to find those gems.
That is one heck of an answer. Actually, I do agree with that answer.
Also, don't insta-add everyone that you meet.
That's still a mistake I do from time to time because I'm like, oh, this person is nice. I'm gonna see them at some point again, and then I add them, and then I actually never see them again. I have to clear up my friends as I have way too many people in there. One thing that I used to do actually, and I have to get back into, is that when I met people and I added them, I took the time at some point to just go on the website and kind of just, you know, there's a little note function on someone's profile, and so what I did is just literally note down where I know them from, and that helped me a bunch. Like, so sometimes it happened at one point, someone came into me and I was like, hey, can I join in? They came in to talk to me, and said something really weird early, and I just realized that taken out of context was really weird. Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it. Mwah. I'm not gonna talk about it. We don't talk about things that are out of context. Anyways, some people came up to me and I didn't know where they were from, and then I just looked at the profile. I was like, oh, they're from that place, and that helped. But if I could go back in time and talk to my past self, I would actually kind of tell the same and be like, I would also just tell myself to take time and basically, oh, you think you appreciate someone, get to know them a little bit better before you actually get into more serious stuff, because there's people that I got like closer to, and I think if I took a little bit more time to actually know them, I would not have gotten close to them, or at least I would have set more boundaries before doing anything of the sorts. Boundaries are a really important thing, people. Don't forget about it, be it IRL or VRChat. My voice is
your voice is cutting out. Your voice is done. Your voice is
My
done.
voice is done. I've been yapping for nearly 2 hours. How long? I've been yapping for nearly 2 hours, have I not? Hold on, how long have I been yapping about? Whoa, 2 hours, huge. Yippee, I love this. Yeah. Poetic, yeah. For real though, I would say give yourself a chance and trust the process. You'll find your people on this platform. Yo, I used that notes. No, we're not gonna talk about the sussy way. We're not gonna talk about that, okay? I didn't do anything sussy. I was clean for the longest fucking time. Hold on a minute, what? The blinking voices hit at the right moment. Oh my goodness. It's, yeah, don't ERP with strange people. Just, you know, that would be maybe a thing that some people could tell their past self before they started VRChat. I meant eating raw potatoes, not the other stuff. Like, what else did I mean by that? Duh. Gee, they have that effect on people. Damn. Vocal says, yeah, I have that effect on people. Whoa, savage, aren't you? You're a little feisty one, aren't you?
She do be a bit feisty.
The feisty, my goodness. I find that really funny. Yeah, that was actually my very last question that I had for tonight. We went on like a really long rant here, way longer than last stream, which I'm really, really happy. By the way, for those people that are still watching, I do hope that the audio issue was kind of better this time. I kind of tried to make it so we're kind of a little bit more separate, because that way maybe I was thinking maybe it's just proximity stuff. I don't know. I'll work on it next time. I'll look through the VODs to see if it's still there. I do hope you did not hear as bad of an echo as I did in the VODs while listening to Ender. I hated that, and I don't know how to fix it fully. Don't freaking know. Yeah, I think we got over everything that I needed to talk about today, honestly. That was a really productive stream. I slowly have to kind of wrap things up, because when do you have to go to work? I think work is like very, very soon, right?
No, so technically it starts, so once the new hour happens, work starts at an hour and a half. So
I believe you have to go soon anyways, because food or whatnot, I don't know. Oh,
that's fine. I can eat something downstairs after the stream anyways.
That is okay. Okay. We're just planning ahead. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I was wondering, before I wrap things entirely up, are there any other questions you guys would like to have answers to, or are you wanting to talk about? I still have we have a little bit of time to wrap things up with you guys, so if you have any questions or things you want to talk about, that's your moment. We're just gonna be sitting here and waiting and staring intently at the screen so until you guys say something. I'm
I'm just gonna stare.
just gonna stare ominously at the freaking thing. Yeah, that is entirely normal, you know. That is. Oh my goodness, I have hiccups. Why do you stare into my soul? Because I can.
Because she wants the souls of the innocent. Damn, that stare down was crazy. Careful, I'm gonna squish you.
I dare you, Vocal. I dare you. You wouldn't dare do this. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, okay. We're doing this. Ah, I'm being cuddled forcibly. I dare thee. I'm being cuddled. Oh my goodness, a cuddle. What shall I do? This is a horrible, horrible thing. This is actually a lovely thing. Oh, this is comfy. Nah. Oh my goodness, I have nothing else to talk about. My brain is just blanking out. I talk so much, I yap so much.
It's okay. I mean,
I think since no one seemed to have anything to say, I miss Cuddles you too. Let me see. Let me just check real quick if the bot is working about this, because I would like to kind of throw in a little link just in case some people are curious to know about. Give me just 2 seconds, because every time I do that, it's out. Okay, I have it. So, what I'm wanting to say is basically, if any of you is curious about anything, I do have these here. I don't know if the invite is still working. I hope it is. I think it's the same invite for everything. So I have this, and I also have this, but I don't think this one is working. I believe this one is dead, pretty much. So, wow, I'm still gonna post it just in case. Yeah, this one is dead. Okay. I do have these things if you want to check out a little bit more on jump scared. Bruh. I do have these two. I think my socials thing is not really working anymore, sadly, as much as I would want it to work a little bit more, but it's a little bit funky as of late. But I do have these 2 links just in case you guys want to join in. We do have an upcoming hangout, like
group event tomorrow.
Group event? Yeah, tomorrow I believe. Yeah, right. We do have a group event tomorrow. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a game night tomorrow. It's gonna be a game night. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do game-wise, but also once we're done with the game night, we'll be listening to one of Ender's set, because Ender is doing his best to do DJ stuffs, and we want to encourage him because he's gonna show us the little thing he submitted for Reality, if I'm not wrong, unless he changes that. And I'm super stoked because, once again, it's gonna be game night. So meeting up in a cozy area just to have some people join it. Then moving to the first few games. And later on, listening to some music and vibing all together. And I'm super stoked. So yeah, I do have a Discord where you can find everything. We have a little stuff, but I think if you scroll down below, you'll also see my cards and a bunch of stuff down there that could be useful. Anyways, I think that's where I'm gonna be stopping the stream because we did a lot of things. I'm gonna be posting this as a VOD on YouTube if anyone is interested, if anyone wants to see the full-on conversation. And until then, I hope you guys have a lovely evening, night, morning, whatever time it is for you. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for the people that have a little bit of fun with the check-ins. I think it was a nice thing to add to the stream, and I'm really happy that you guys are using it. So thank you once again for chatting with us. I will be hoping that you guys join in on the next times. I will be streaming a little bit more when I can. Probably not this weekend, but another time. And until then, have a good time, everyone, and I'll see you very soon on my other platforms or on the next stream. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye bye.